Hello, I'm Farin Israeli, and I'm a very dedicated yoga student and passionate about how the practices of yoga are really incredible tools for physical, emotional, and mental health and well-being. And I'm really happy to be in conversation with Nicole Marcia, a dear friend and colleague. Nicole, how would you describe the work you do?
Hi, Farah. So great to be here. I would describe the work that I do as I'm a yoga therapist, and I specialize in supporting folks who are working through the experiences of trauma, addiction, and mental illness here in Vancouver, in the unceded territories of the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh First Nations people. And I think another piece that makes trauma-informed yoga classes quite different is an emphasis on safety, not just like safety in a particular form, not just safety in terms of alignment, but other ways of supporting and creating safe environments. So
Are you
teacher
referring
being
to like psychological safety, emotional safety?
all of it. So I'm
Mhm.
talking about creating safer psychological, physical, and emotional spaces. So that can look like the teacher being a very dependable person, starting and ending on time. The teacher being really explicit about the students having choice and really following up on that and standing in that. Um, Teaching the same forms in the same order every single time in order to create predictability and safety for the student. Letting the student know, what's going to be happening in the class, and how long, the practice is going to be, as well as letting the students know when the teacher is going to be walking around the room and why they're doing that and what they're doing. So this idea of safety and its link to predictability is quite different, I think, than what we might find in more traditional studio classes. I think also the goal of the class is really different, right? So maybe you're going to a yoga class that's about, you know, building up a lot of physical strength, which is great. That's a fun kind of class to go to. Um, and in a trauma informed yoga class, even though you could have a trauma informed yoga class that's about building up strength, it's possible that some trauma-informed yoga classes, ones that are really geared towards addressing the integration of trauma, are going to be geared more towards how do we support our students in having a safer experience of being embodied? How do we support them in practicing noticing what's happening in their bodies and tolerating that? How do we support them in really understanding that they have choice around what to do with their bodies, which is what you brought up, that idea of agency? And also, as you said, how do we support them in understanding how to use their bodies as a resource to regulate their autonomic nervous system, always with the ultimate intention of that regulation being co-regulation, so being able to engage more effectively in the relationships in the student's life in which healing from trauma will occur.